So what I'd like to do for the next couple weeks is uh, go through some of the specific categories on the budget worksheet. And the first one I want to break out is emergency funds. And I did some research on emergency funds, and I found that 25% of Americans have a fully funded emergency fund. And only 40% of Americans said that they could pay a bill of $1,000 or more if there was an emergency. And I think that clearly leads to kind of the debt crisis that we're currently seeing here in the United States. So, how much do I recommend for an emergency fund? I would suggest at least starting with $1,000. If you are paying off debt or you have a lot of other expenses going on, having that $1,000 is a huge relief when something comes up, such as maybe a small car repair or a small medical bill or a house repair. Uh, Being able to pay that off right away rather than having to put that on a credit card or some sort of debt is, like I said, is a huge relief. But then once you pay that off, obviously build that back up to $1,000 again. A fully funded emergency fund is at least 3 months of expenses. So in the case of the spreadsheet that I was looking at last time, as you can see here, we have $5,000 take home pay. That also means we have $5,000 of expenses more than likely in here. And so we would need for a fully funded emergency fund in this case, $15,000. So my suggestion would be then for the $1,000 in the fully funded, what the difference is get that $1,000 built up as fast as you can, no matter how you need to do it. So, if you need to sell some stuff around the house, or maybe stop paying extra on some things, or don't go out to eat for a little while, get that $1,000 as fast as you possibly can. And then if you have some debt still, before you get a fully funded emergency fund, start to pay down the debt first and then work on fully funded emergency fund. And so um, having the $1,000 emergency fund will help you not add more to the debt. And then as you pay the debt off, we can work on building a larger emergency fund after that. So next week I'd like to talk a little bit more about how I would suggest paying down some of this debt. And as always, if you guys have any questions, feel free to contact me.